I mean, come on, we've all done it, haven't we? Yeah, I've been out with loads of people before and just sort of thought, oh, they're taking a nice shot. I'll go and just plonk my tripod there and just, steal what they've got. Yeah, I like to call it #keep the stealthy. Do you get it? Yeah, we're not recording this bit, are we? No, good. Okay, cool. So God, yeah, it was a while ago now, wasn't it? Where were we? So I'd missed the bridge. Unfortunately, I'd missed the Prince of Wales Bridge due to unforeseen circumstances. Went to Caldycock Castle, got some great shots there. Went to Wentwood Woods, got some great shots there. Went to lovely windmill, got a couple of shots there. Went to Clydach Gorge, which was amazing, got some great shots there. Lost my drone, unfortunately. But such is life. So the next stop of the day, I think it was the final stop of the day, Alan decided to take me to the LANGATTOCK escarpment. What is he doing? So this is the last stop of the day for today, and this is the LANGATTOCK, or the LANGATTOCK escarpment, and basically it's an old disused quarry that some of nature's reclaimed, which is quite nice. But what I've got here, it's one of Alan's shots really, so I have to say thanks very much to Alan for allowing me to take it. I think is you got this hawthorn tree here that's sort of, I really like it. It's coming out the side of the hill, and in the background you've got Sugarloaf Mountain sat there. Now, and in the foreground actually we've got these rocks, so they give a little bit of foreground interest. But the only thing that I don't like about this is that the mountain is very small in the image, but it is a nice shot. It is a nice shot. So I am going to take it, and I do really like it. So yeah. So after that, I headed back to my hotel in Newport. It'd been a really good day. We got through 5 locations. I'd got lots of different things, and there was still probably nearly 24 hours left of my challenge. So I was in celebratory mood. I got myself a small double whopper from Burger King, which was very nice, and decided that the plan of action was to get an early night and get up really early the next morning and have another crack at the Prince of Wales Bridge for sunrise. Good morning and welcome to day 2. So what time is it now? It's about 8 o'clock, which means I've got 12 hours left. And I'm going to pack that 12 hours, I think, because I've got 5 planned locations before I go home. So yeah, it's going to be busy. It's going to be a busy day. Alan's got me running around a little bit, but yeah, I had a decent night's sleep. It was all right. I stayed in the Hotel Ibis in Newport. If anyone's interested, it was all the beds are a bit hard, but it was reasonably cheap. And it was pretty quiet, and it's a much nicer view than than the one I had in Morecambe last time. So that's for sure. Anyway, so I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, I missed the sunrise shot. So no, I didn't get up in the end. I decided against it. I felt like I wanted to be refreshed and ready for the day ahead, and just getting up at the crack of dawn to go and take a photo of a bridge just wasn't doing it for me.
Hear this? Play that again. That is commonly known as an alarm. Gary won't have a clue though, because he just sleeps through it, that lazy sod.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he didn't get up, the lazy bastard.
Do you know what? I just needed the sleep, so it's okay though, because the sunrise shot, I'm actually going to get the shot, but at sunset instead. You'll understand when we get there. Anyway, I'm going to get myself packed up and leave now, and then on to the first location, which I can't tell you about. Actually, it's a secret.
Right, okay guys, this is another woodland location that I'm going to give you. I've given you two, one down at Wentwood and this one somewhere in Wales.
So this is the first location on day 2, and it's an absolutely unbelievable oak forest, ancient oak forest. Now, I can't tell you where it is for 2 reasons. One, Alan's asked me not to divulge the location of this because he doesn't want it becoming another Wisman's Wood, and I kind of get that. And number 2, I don't even know where I am. So I couldn't tell you anyway. But oh my God, this place, just look around at all the characters that are in here. It's just fantastic. I've had a little wander down. To be honest, literally walking into it, I could have just started snapping straight away, but I've had a wander. I'm taking my time. I'm going to pick out some things, but I've actually found the first one here behind me, so I'm going to set up and then I'll get on to that one. But wow, what a place. Honestly, what a place. So I found the first composition here, and it is quite, it's quite tricky to isolate anything out. So I think the order of the day in these woods is going to be to find one big subject and really sort of punch in on it. So I've sort of come down a bit off the track, and this area is nicely, like there's less fern, so you've got quite a nice forest floor to work with as well. And I found this one particular old sort of stump of a tree, and it's arching off to the left of the side of the shot, and then behind it you've got another tree which is arching off to the right of the shot. So obviously the subject is the stump, but the tree behind complements the image. So I'm shooting in portrait orientation. I've got a nice little fern here in the foreground which looks quite nice as well, and the tree's dead, so you've got quite a lot of interesting texture on it as well, which sort of what's the word, it's like a juxtaposition, if you like, against the live tree behind it. So but it's just fantastic here. I'm actually with Alan. He stood behind me there. He's just arrived, and I was just saying to him how amazing this place is. I literally can't believe it. So but I'm going to keep looking around for compositions. This is the first one. I'm really happy with it, but as I said, I think that you need to be really focused in on your main subject, otherwise it could get quite busy. Although saying that, there's probably room for a bit of more abstracty shots here as well, if you get the right amount of lines and shapes. But yeah, what a place, what a place. Anyway, here's the first shot, hopefully, for you. So I've just walked a little way down the track, hardly any distance at all really, about 50 yards possibly, and I've come across this set of trees here, and the reason that I'm drawn to these is the light that's hitting the 3 trees in the foreground. Well, I think it might be 2 trees actually, and one's almost like a double trunk. And that gives lovely separation from the back, and with the sun streaming in, it's kind of I prefer it when the sun's just not quite out, rather than when it's out harshly, but the light is casting on these three at the front. It's absolutely beautiful. So I envisage this one to be a bit of a panoramic crop, if you like, where you're just going to get the trunks here, and these trees at the front are going to be, hopefully, they're going to stand out from the ones at the back because of the light. So that's where the contrast is coming from. Yeah. So another, well, hopefully, another really lovely shot. So I'm a bit further down the track. Alan's wandered off again, but I have to say, I'm going to have to admit it, I'm stealing his shot here a little bit.
I'm really not surprised he's nicked Alan's shot. He does it all the time for me. He's a sod. I'll stand there with a cracking composition and I turn around and the bugger's got his bloody tripod standing right behind me. He calls it keep the stealthy or something stupid like that.
The amount of times that boy's come home and said to me that he's stolen someone else's composition, if I had £1 for every time he did that, I'd have enough for incontinence pads.
To be honest, I thought, you would have thought after all these years, Gary at least has, he's learnt a bit of creativity. No, not at all. You see an image, you think, oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Gary's got it. You see another image, oh, it's wonderful, it's that. Gary's taking it. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. To be honest, he's a right robbing bastard.
Well, yeah, you could argue that it's, you know, stealing someone else's photo, but to be fair, Alan did give me permission to take it, and I did mention on the video that, you know, this was his shot, so it wasn't like I was stealing it or anything. And can I just say while I'm here, you know, that I absolutely do not condone stealing other people's photos. It's totally out of order and something I would never consider doing. I can't take the credit for this image. This is going to be Alan's shot. It's probably going to be the best one of the day. But it's just a fantastically characterful tree. And the good thing about this is there's a little bit more separation because the trees are a little bit thicker behind, so they more sort of blend into one in the background, giving this tree separation. And the other thing that works really well is there's some lovely light coming onto it now, so it's getting some sort of nice side light that's almost like giving it a bit of an edge. What's that called? Edge lighting, sort of back. It's almost backlit, but not really backlit. And then you've got these lovely dying ferns in the foreground, which are giving it a nice sort of brown colour in the foreground, going off to green in the background, which also makes it very interesting. It's just a really lovely scene, I've got to say. But yeah, so Alan's shot really. So, but can't take the credit. So just wandering along, and Alan gave me a shout and says, "Come and have a look at this." So I've popped up to up the hill a little bit, and there's this fallen tree stump here, and it's absolutely covered in fungi. It looks amazing. I couldn't tell you what it is. I don't know the Latin term for it or even the colloquial name for it. I'm going to call them mushrooms, but they look great. They're sort of dotted about all over this little tree stump, and what I've done here is I've focused in on one particular little set that are nestled in the side of a little sort of part of the stump, and it sort of sweeps round, so that the stump sort of rises and sweeps round, and then the fungi are just sat in a little hollow, if you like, in that little wall of the trunk. And then in the background you've got the lovely greens of the ferns. So what I'm doing with this one is I've got my lens right out at 105mm, which is as far as it will go, and I'm shooting it at f4, and I'm focus stacking it, so I've got 3 shots really focus stacked, and then hopefully the background will be nicely blown out, and you've just got this lovely little family of fungi just sat in the little crevice. Well, I could stay here all day. I'm not joking. I could stay here all day, but times are moving on. I've got about 7.5, 8 hours left of this little epic adventure. So we've got to move on to the next location. So, but wow, what a place this is. Absolutely unbelievable. And I'm never telling you where it is, so don't even ask. But thank you to Alan for pointing me in the direction of this place. It's just fantastic. You could literally stay here all day and you would never run out of shots to take. Anyway, off to the next. So let's go. There are some mighty trees up there and some of them are clinging on for dear life. And yeah, I think if one of those goes, it could be in a bit of bother.